Okay, let me see if I can break down this Ragtime Annie for you. It's in the key of D, obviously, and this is going to be just a combination of different versions I've heard Don do over the years. Um, so it's not going to be an exact break that he did, just some ideas for you to mess around with. But it's in the key of D, and the first part is. All right. So that first part, I'm just pulling off the fourth string, or actually the fourth fret on the third string, and hitting the fourth fret on the fourth string. So I'm pulling off, all right, to get that melody line. And it's important that you pull off because that's what Don would have done to get his tone and his feel and everything. All right, so then we go to A chord. We're going to hold down the A chord and we're going to grab this fourth fret on the third string, and we're going to go back and forth with your thumb and index on the third and second string and play this melody line. All right. So that whole part would be. All right. So it's important to move close to the neck as well to get Don's tone when you're doing that part, especially the A part. All right. Listen to that version on Dragging the Bow, the Dragging the Bow album with Buck Bryan. That's what he's doing there. He's moving close to the neck to get that sound that he wants. So. All right. A little sloppy, but you get the idea. So. Then I go back into this partial D chord. It's basically your D chord. Don uses this a lot. It's your D chord, but you leave the first and second strings open. All right. So. All right. So that second half, you go right back into. Just like the first part, but then at the end of it, I'm going to slide up to this A chord on the fourth string. All right. So what we're doing is we're just single stringing. We're doing a run through the A chord, your F-shaped A. All right. Don does this a lot. All right. So we're staying right in that F-shaped A, sliding into it, hammering onto the sixth fret on the third string. We're just running down through the chord, really. And then come over and grab this eighth fret on the second string, slide into your seventh, back to the fifth here. I use my pinky, so back to this shape. You're right in your A chord. Back to your D chord. Okay, so that whole first part. All right. So the second part, we're going to slide down to your F-shaped D, and then back to your regular D. So we're going to catch this note here on your seventh fret on your third string. So that part would be. All right. Now, sometimes he'll grab this C note, all right, or you're part of your C chord there. So, all right, it's all a matter of what you want it to sound like and however you want to do it at the time. But the basic principle here is you're sliding up to this D to get the melody, back to this D, back to this D. All right. There's a lot of sliding back and forth in here that sounds really good that Don does. So just go to your G, and then we're going to go to this A chord, and Don uses this a lot. This is a partial A. It's out of your F-shaped A, but you're going to leave the B string open, your second string open. All right? Gives it kind of a little weird sound, and Don does that chord a lot. Sometimes Don will throw in this 7th note on your 4th fret. All right, like so that's just an idea to throw in there. You can add this A into a lot of tunes. Also, you want to move close to the neck when you do this. So let's play that part. All right. So you can use that A there. All right. You can hang in that A there for a while. Go to your regular A. Then you're going to grab this G. It's just a note, one note out of the G, but that's where you're going. So basically, we're just hitting that note on the 4th fret on your 3rd string to get that melody line. So back to your D chord. I hope that makes sense. All right, now another way you can do that is the way I think I played it the first video I posted. You run down to your D, then slide into this A7th. This is your A chord down here. This is your A7th. All right, so this is the second way to do this. Up. So I'm sliding into this A7, grabbing this note. This is out of your A chord, so then sliding into your A. We'll go to that partial A that I was showing you earlier. So so that one is a little bit trickier. There's a lot of moving around, so let me try to play that slow for you. We'll do it one more time. I hope that makes sense. Like I said, there's a lot of variations you can add to this in there. But there's a lot of sliding around, which that's what makes Don sound so good, is just him slipping and sliding all over the place. So, you got that part? All right, so this last part, he does a little bit of almost like a Dixie breakdown. He uses the Dixie breakdown roll, but kind of a similar chord pattern here. So after the first part, we're going to do this part. let's see, I'll play the first part to keep me in track here. All right, so that part there is just your D chord, your F-shaped D, your Dixie breakdown roll, 1, 2, 3, and back with the index on the second. So grab your G chord, back to your D, to your C, to your D, to your D7, to your G. So all right, let me play that whole part there. All right, so after that walk down, Don does this little thing here where he goes back into your A chord and he walks back and forth up. We're just grabbing that note on your 7th fret on your first string. So, and then we're grabbing the 7th note out of your A chord. This is all right in your A shape here. All right, so we're just going from that main A note to an A7. All right, and then we're going to go right back into that lick I showed you earlier. All right, so so there's a few ideas to mess with. I hope that makes it a little clearer and helps you, give you some new ideas to kick around next time you're playing it. And if you have any questions or want to see something else even slower, I'll do my best to try to help you.